Hey, too much brain work. How you doing? How's it going today? Hey, Benty. How are you? Hey, Chelsea. How's it going? Hey, Miriam. How you doing? Doing pretty well. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate it. Nice day up here today. Hey, Hillary. How you doing? How's it going? Hey, Shantae. How are you? South Africa. All right. How things going down there? You see Dave Matthews down there singing? Hey, True Seeker. How you doing? Nice day up here today. Hey, Don. Yeah, lived down there downtown for 12 years. Had a good time in Chicago. Oh, thanks. Just mine. You gotta type something in there. Chelsea, is that you the one sending me that stuff through Facebook on these people posting these comments? Hey, Deanna. Okay. Oh, thanks, Robert. Yeah, there's some good people out there. Just trying to get on track. It's not easy. Hey, Mark, how you doing? I think I'm gonna do some metal detecting today. Yeah, this is great weather. Hey, Greg, how you doing? Hey, Mike. Hey, Stardust. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, light trade winds. That's cool. That's pretty cool how Hawaii is just out there in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's probably true, Robert. that's cool, Megan. You can do that. I had a bunch of stuff waiting for me when I got home. Hey Giselle, how you doing? The sizes were mentioned on earlier videos, but I don't remember what they are. I'm gonna have to write that down. Not yet, Mark. Didn't get them yet. People would be better off if they just sent money, then I'll go buy the ravioli. Hey Jacksonville. Penny was murdered. She's not alive any longer. Hey Lynn. You can send it to my P.O. box. Oh, okay. Yeah, free delivery's cool. Daisy's great. Yeah, I gotta get that Bigfoot out of the closet. I bet I haven't worn that outfit in a year. I thought about selling it, I just haven't taken the time to list it. Hey art student, how you doing? Hey humbling kind, what's going on? Yeah, she did, Jacksonville, yeah. No, I don't go every weekend, but no, I don't. Oh, thanks, Giselle. Yeah, I like going down there, doing them. I think I will be trying some new cities pretty soon. I still may head out to North Dakota next week. Oh, thanks, Janelle. Appreciate it. I'm gonna be outside. You know, I don't mind it if I can look outside like I'm doing today. I got a bunch of new books in the mail I want to go over. Yeah, I feel bad for Maddie, but you know, she knows there's always an open door to get out of there if she wants to, and she has friends of hers that live not that far away, but you know, you can't force somebody to leave. Hey Superwoman, how you doing? I have art student. I was there a long time ago, yep. Yeah, there's no snow out there now. Actually, like It's still early in the season. Hey, Nat, how are you? Hey, Katie, how are you? How's it going? Yeah, trees are starting to turn color up here. Yeah, Crazy Eddie, how much snow do you have up there in Alberta? Hey, just chilling. How you doing? Yeah, I do. I don't run into that many men, to tell you the truth. And they're basically homeless, not selling themselves. It's a much different story. Oh, wow, 4 to 6 inches. Wow. Hey, Cool Duffy, how are you? Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. I hope we don't have a winter this winter like we did last year. Oh, cool, Dewey. How you doing? Hey, hygiene landlord. What's going on? How's your day going? Yeah, Cricket's is kind of shy. I talked to her off camera quite a while. Hey, Katie. Maryland, all right. Hey, Emily. Yeah, no, this winter last year was the worst. Yeah, I got a bunch more of those I'm going to upload, Dewey. I took more photos than I normally do. Yeah, Art Soon, you could send Cricket some money, yeah. Oh, thanks, Luann. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with like a system where I inventory things in and then check them off as I hand them out. I didn't think I'd be getting this much stuff. Oh yeah, Lynn, yeah, it's nothing. Wait till January, February. It's no kidding. They sleep in abandoned buildings. Cold, wet, out having sex with strangers, dope sick. It's got to be the worst feeling in the world. Yeah, there was more snow in the 80s. In the 70s, there was more than that. I remember going to school and it was just crazy. No, she doesn't have a P.O. box. She'll have to send it to me and I'll deliver it to her. Nah, sinuses a little bit. Oh, great. It's chilling. Thank you. That's great news. No, meth is kind of on the outs in Detroit. Not that I know of. I never run into anybody using meth. They're going to be putting a Culver's hamburgers in over there. You know, I don't know, Giselle, because I never run into anybody fooling around with meth. Yeah, send them to the P.O. box. Send them to the one up in West Branch. See this seagull? I give this seagull a donut hole every morning. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. Watch.
Yeah, she just gets the regular.
Hey, give me a plain donut hole, yeah? Just hand it to me. Hand it to me. Hand it to
She
me.
likes it though, by the way. She likes that argue bread.
What is it, a quarter? I want a donut hole. Here, I'll do that one. I don't care.
I'm like the big. Nobody makes one either.
See, one donut hole. Watch this bird eat this donut hole. Hey, buddy. One less donut hole. I guess it's stuck in his throat. Yeah, they've got plenty of places they can go for that in Detroit. It's just getting them to go. A bird comes here every morning. I'm telling you, these seagulls aren't as dumb as people think they are. He'll be here tomorrow too, same one. Pay attention to the markings. That's a ring-billed gull. Oh, you got to put something as a title. Why not? I put it in the title because I felt like it. Wants another one. Yeah, I know it. Tell me about it. I've actually thought of, on the next videos, just having disabling the comment section. Yeah, Emily, I don't even want to hear about that. I don't want to give these idiots any credibility. I could care less. I don't want any emails about it. I don't want to be reminded about it. It's just, I mean, obviously these people have some mental difficulties. They have nothing else to do. You know, they've sent stories. They want me to do a video on them, and it doesn't interest me, and they get pissed. I could care less. I don't want any links, any emails about them. No text, nothing. I don't want to see a 50-year-old woman like Kat sit on the computer like a 15-year-old child and point out to adults what I'm saying on a chat. I mean, it doesn't get any lower than this. The intelligent people out there like Superwoman understand why I just cut some of these people off. It's like being friends with an escaped chimpanzee. Oh, thanks, Hubert. Yeah, it's just one misfit after another hanging on. want to get a hold of you offline. No thanks. Yeah, I mean, you guys wouldn't believe it. I delete the worst comments, but here's a 50-year-old woman sitting there pointing at a chat, like what you'd expect a 15-year-old to do when their boyfriend broke up with them. It's just so low. It's got to be around the 75, 80 IQ level. Yeah, they'll say anything because I don't want to have anything to do with them. You know, none of them have had a date in the last 20 years. They live with their mom. They're pissed off. They can't get any male attention. They have no lives, no jobs, no hobbies. I can't babysit these freaks. And they're all about 100 pounds overweight. It's just not my type of woman. I'm sorry. I try being nice, and it doesn't work. I mean, you know you're in trouble when you're just trying to be nice, and it gets misinterpreted. That's how down in the doldrums these people are. Yeah, I would say 10%. That's probably a good guesstimate on the kooks and their comments. It's just, you know, it's constant, total drama, like children. I mean, these people just go berserk when you don't answer them. They're nuts. Oh man, it'll wear you out. Jack Stabella, it would like be it would be like getting the worst guy you can think of in high school with the lowest IQ in the last 50 years, emailing you and contacting you like there was some kind of romantic interest. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't, you know, they can talk all this stuff, but I'll tell you, if it ever gets serious, I guarantee you, they start fooling around with my personal life, they're going to get sued. I will guarantee you that. You really can't, slander and libel, you can sue, but it's difficult to get damages because you have to prove what your damages are. It's not just because they offended you or you didn't like what they said. But what I will do is I'll cost them $50,000 in legal fees. They keep it up. I'm about ready to make an example. And I'm going to file it here, and they're going to have to come here and defend it and hire an attorney. Just really weird, strange people. Especially that you don't see half the comments. No, I am dead serious. I'd be glad to give you some references in places where I've sued before. You can look in Wayne County, Michigan, Palm Beach County, Florida. There's plenty of examples, and it's for the principal, not for me to try to get any money. I mean, these people are just nuts. No, it doesn't matter whether they stop or not because it's going to happen one way or the other. I mean, luckily they just come across as just a bunch of strange, odd, pissed off misfits with no social life. So nobody really pays any attention to them. Yeah, they're just really weird people. Hey Jesus, nothing. It's just the title of a video. Man, I'm not kidding you, man. And there's a few of these people that I've interviewed in the past. I'm not going to interview them anymore. You know, you're not going to get exploited if I'm not going to talk to you. So I'm going to move on. There's plenty of people to interview. There's people waiting in line down there when they know I'm coming in advance. I don't need to talk to these people. Yeah, they're just really strange. I mean, just a lot of weird people. And there's a certain type personality where they're constantly trying to get to know you off channel. And it just doesn't interest me. Klingons, yeah. And it isn't really like, I'm looking for the right person. I'm telling you, I joke all the time. Nah, not so many of the women. I mean, there's a couple of them I've considered not interviewing. I mean, they're not doing me any favors by letting me interview them. They've got this equation backwards. I mean, they've gotten all sorts of stuff because of the interviews. I mean, that's not why I did it, but particularly like with Gerald, I mean, I think he may be listening to a couple of these old kooks out there and maybe believing he's being exploited. Well, you know what? You're not going to be exploited if I'm not going to. So see you later. Don't need you, Gerald. No, just don't need them. Hey Tracy, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, the part of the problem is, you've got you got drug addicted people, and then they're very unstable in a lot of ways, and because of that, this drama fits right in with their daily dose of chaos. I don't want to be part of that equation. I mean, I tried to be nice to them. I lined them up with people that were interested in interviewing, hearing their interviews and sending them things. But with a couple of them, it's going to be game over. And they can roll around with their head down, wondering why I'm no longer interested in talking to them. Well, that's why. And I'm not kidding you. I mean, people think that, I'm a total loner. I've told people this a million times. I mean, if Miss America got a hold of me and wanted to meet in a bikini a half hour from now, I'd make up some excuse why I couldn't do it. It's just my personality. It's not like I'm discriminating for my own selfish interest. I don't really want to be getting together with people. And there are a bunch of people on here that, they're always trying to get together with me on the side, or they want to ride along. Sorry, I just don't want to do it. Like, no way, man. I've only got a couple friends of mine that found out about my YouTube channel, and they found out about it, not because I told them, because one of the videos were recommended to them. It's weird. I don't even tell my friends I do this. Oh yeah, I would call them stalkers. That's no kidding. Just really weird people. A couple of these nut jobs criticize me for not wanting to talk to them. No, I don't want to talk to them. If I got somebody around that was tactful and intelligent and had their own life, we could sit down and we could have a discussion about an issue. And we could go on about our happy ways. But with these nut jobs, with their low IQs and their dramas, you can see early on that you're not going to discuss anything with them. They just don't have the intellect to be able to rationalize their feelings and have an intelligent conversation and do any problem solving or clear up any misunderstandings. They don't have the tools. That's why they're in the position that they're in. Particularly a couple of these kooks out there making videos about me. They have no life. They've tried making videos with their own interests in mind. There were no takers. Men don't have an interest in them. Viewers don't want to watch your stupid videos. And they're going to take that all out and turn it around as if I'm doing something wrong. That's what I'm dealing with. So when you figure this out, it's pretty early that you understand that, I'm never going to get through to this person. So therefore, good luck to you. P.S. Please don't contact me anymore. I've had to tell a couple of them, look, I just put you on formal notice that I don't want you contacting me again. I don't want you emailing me, texting me, calling me, nothing. This is a formal request to quit doing so. Now, once you've done something like that, any additional contact is considered stalking. I don't want to be stalked. It's unwanted attention, and if I have to, I'll take care of it legally. It's gotten that bad with a couple of these kooks. If they had $1 million in cash and wanted to get together for dinner tonight, I would run the other way as fast as possible. Not walk, run. Yeah, I mean, some people do. Believe me, I have my enemies, I know. I mean, I ban a ton of people every day. Luckily, I've been able to be honest and, not go the YouTube horror route and try and, keep everything with views and subscribers as the number one interest in maintaining a channel. It doesn't really bother me. I don't really even look at them that often. I do the same kind of things now as I did when I started out and I didn't have any viewers or any subscribers. So if people watch and they enjoy it and they like it, great. But you've never heard me one time ask anybody to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like, any of this bullshit. It's because I don't really care. I think it's great if you like watching them, but if you don't, that's great too. And if you don't like me, hit the road. I mean, there's nothing in this at its best. It's just a hobby. And so when you start to get some of this baggage, like some of these kooks out there, these clingers, it just gets to where, maybe I'll just make the videos in the future where people can't comment on them because it's one screwball after another. Nah, I mean, the chat, I never really liked the chats. I would have never done those as long as I did, but there were people on there that didn't have a camera, couldn't set it up, didn't have a view, and a lot of those chats for months were left up, and I was never on there. And it was just because I knew they enjoyed chatting, and it was no big deal. I mean, it's not like it's costing me something to leave a chat up where people can talk to one another, but then it just got to where it was like, you have to moderate these channels because the kooks out there, and I think some of these people just misinterpreted being a moderator as something else, where, believe me, I gave zero indication it was anything other than keeping an eye on people and banning inappropriate comments. That's it. Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, pretty much moderators and viewers. Yeah, it's just, if I could have done without them, I would have. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't taken the fun out of it for me, but I can see if I didn't cut these people off, that was going to start happening. Oh, thanks, Happy Days. Yeah, you too, Happy Days. And I'm telling you, if you sit down and you kind of keep a profile on the people that are constantly causing the problems, they're all pretty much the same type personality, the same type lot in life. Not a lot going on, kind of on the below average scale, pissed off, no relationships, haven't had them in years, nobody's interested, hostile, angry, a lot of substance abuse, probably criminal records, no real career aspirations, nothing. They all kind of fit the same mold. Yeah, they have nothing in their life. You know, when you don't have somebody you can talk to or a good friend, or you haven't been successful in some facet in your life, I think it messes up the endorphins in your mind. So what happens is chaos and drama fills that void that normal people get through reading a good book, seeing a good movie, having a great conversation, taking a college class, taking a flying lesson, learning how to play pool, whatever. They have normal lives where they get that kind of satisfaction through other venues. But when you're a misfit, you don't have any of that. The normal world has escaped you for your entire life, and the only way you can get any brain cells to fire at all is to create trouble, to be nasty, to involve yourself in drama, and to constantly try and stir up the pot. I'm telling you, pay attention to the people that make these kind of statements and the kind of people that create these kind of videos, and it's very clear you've got a social misfit on your hands. No, they're really not bullies. They don't have the wherewithal to be a bully. They're just like, scrambled eggs between the ears, walking around, still living with their parents, dependent on government assistance. They can't work jobs. And who would, the MMPI, I don't know how familiar you are with that testing procedure. And I used to think when I was in college it was a bunch of bullshit and they used it to discriminate and hire people at jobs. But as I got older, I realized that it was actually a hell of a tool. And what it did, it allows companies to try and get the jump on hiring idiots like this. Because once in a while you may run into one that has great interviewing skills and they'll worm their way into your organization. But through this testing, and I'm not saying it's 100% accurate, they can pretty much figure out the kooks from the people that they want as long-term employees. These people can't score well. You can't fake your IQ. So they end up doing menial jobs. A lot of them can't hold a job, switching careers, that kind of thing, because they could never get into an organization that did any testing because they could never pass the personnel test. Now, they could get into a union job and work their way up through labor, and they would end up causing the same kind of problems there that maybe another company that didn't have labor jobs that hired them wouldn't have the same problems with because they never hired them to begin with. So it's an established pattern of a certain type person that companies that want to have a happy, successful business avoid like the plague. If you really pay attention to the comments some of my enemies make and the videos that they try to come out with, these are all the people that corporations don't want. They avoid them like the plague. They could never in a million years pass a test given by the personnel department. Hey Ray, how you doing? Yeah, you're right, on the spectrum. The spectrum's pretty vague. You can be talking like about autistic kids. It's really not specifically defined. I mean, I'd rather just refer to them as nuts because that's exactly what they are. They don't have the tools to be successful in society. I wouldn't even say they're narcissists. They're not smart enough to be a narcissist. It's kind of like a squirrel, you leave nuts out for him in the bird feeder and he eats them every morning. He's a squirrel. He's not doing trigonometry. He's not flying a rocket ship. But when he crawls out of that nest in the morning, that he knows that there's going to be a couple walnuts in that bird feeder and he's going to go eat them. It's like that, only the human version. They're not thinking outside of the box. If you ever said to some of these people, any of them, any of the people on the videos or any of the people that make the nasty comments, I'll give you $1 million to write me a 1,000-word essay about anything if you can do it properly. And I tell you, when you would read what they wrote, you would think a second grader wrote it. Their grammar's terrible. Any punctuation's terrible. It's just a different kind of hostile moron. Yeah, and like I said, what a quality individual gets through normal channels like education or a nice vacation or flying a plane or getting a degree, these people don't have the tools to do any of that. The only thing that gets them excited is causing trouble or being mad because they've been that way since a baby. Yeah, Gretchen, it's the truth. Nah, 10-year-olds, some of them couldn't act like a 10-year-old if you paid them, even though they're in an adult body. Yeah, it's just, and really, when you get out there, a lot of times, you really get to know what people are like when they can get out there and they can be anonymous, like on a chat or through a YouTube channel. You can see how off the mark some of these kooks are by their comments. They're smart enough to not make that comment in a place of employment or maybe in a neighborhood gathering or with a good friend. But when they get out there and there's nobody watching, these people show their true colors, but a bunch of fruitcakes they really are. They overeat, they smoke until their lungs don't work anymore. Like I said, a lot of substance abuse. Just zombies. I mean, these people make the Beverly Hillbillies look like a bunch of Stanford graduate school graduates. Yeah, just really weird. They're hostile and they're super stupid. No, JC, you're exactly right. If you ever took them to like a cultured event, let's say a lecture at the University of Michigan where you listen to like a scholar give a lecture about whatever, they would sit there like a deer in the headlights thinking about where they were going to get their jumbo bag of Fritos when this guy stopped talking. If you ever took them to a social event, you would be crawling under the table with embarrassment after about 5 minutes of them trying to interact with somebody intelligent. Yeah, Ray, it's the truth. There's a lot of people that understand this that just don't comment on it. But that's the downside of YouTube. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's what it's like, I'm telling you. Yeah, I wouldn't even call it self-centered. They're just like, rats that you threw cheese to for 6 months and then you ran out of cheese. They have no life. I don't want a job. It's true, Ned. That's exactly how it is. If you went into their house and you snuck in their bedroom and just to get an idea what they were like, You wouldn't see any books of any substance. All their movies would be blow 'em up movies and comedies. You wouldn't see any culture or anything at all related to IQ. It'd be Beverly Hillbillies tapes and Gilligan's Island. And, they can be in their 40s and still coloring pictures before they go to bed because their brain's so scattered. It's the only thing they can do to get enough relaxation to fall asleep. They're all on Ambien and melatonin and propofol and every other goddamn thing because they're not normal and they can't sleep. Yeah, I'm pretty much retired, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is what you have to deal with. And when you're dealing with these kind of idiots, if they keep it up, the only thing that you can do to get one of the bells to clang or the light bulb to come on in their dusty, dysfunctional brain is to cost them some money with a lawsuit. That usually makes the light bulb go on. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tasha. I love you, girl. I'm going to come over there and we're going to have babies. I don't think it is better than explosive diarrhea. Yeah, that's what I got to deal with. Oh yeah, Ginger's a sweet, really sweet girl, and I really loved talking to Rita. Yeah, I hope she does as well. Really sweet girl. It's such an it's such a jump though to get out of doing something like that. Yeah, it's true, Ray. You're right. Yeah, Rita's a sweetheart. Her son-in-law called and he didn't like his conversation, so I edited it out and re-uploaded it. I mean, I think the guy had good intentions. He was just looking out for his mother-in-law. So I took it out. It's no big deal. I think Rita really spelled it out, why she's out there and why she doesn't want to leave. Yeah, I mean, Rita really kind of was. Hey, Judy, how you doing? Yeah, Maddie, I would. Lacey, I would. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Marguerite's, she's one tough lady, I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, order a book on heroin. You'll understand the difficulty. I mean, it's like the worst drug ever for rehab. I mean, even a good statistic is really bad. And if you were unlucky enough to get yourself in that position to begin with, what would make you think you were lucky enough to get out of it? I mean, it's like, you're doubling down on gloom and doom, and the statistics are there. Yeah, Lacey's a sweetheart. Hey, I like doing the interviews as much as a lot of people like watching the videos. Yeah, Rebecca's successful at what she does for a lot of reasons. Yeah, she still has the chicken, yeah. No, Rebecca doesn't have any intention of quitting soon, but she's honest about it. Yeah, Lacey's a sweet girl. No, there's a lot of wildlife in Detroit. I mean, not that a chicken's wildlife, it's domesticated, but you'd be surprised what lives in the city. Oh, thanks, Annette. Yeah, Marguerite's a character. She's unique. Yeah, Maddie's got all the requirements to be successful on a drug-addicted working girl video. Blonde hair, blue eyes, innocent, sweet. She's never argumentative or bitchy. She's sleeping in an abandoned house with a black guy. She left her kids. She's from the suburbs. I mean, if you're creating a story, Maddie hits all the bells and whistles. I mean, if I was just going to try and promote one single person to get as many views and subscribers as I could, Maddie fits the profile to a T. Penny was the same way. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what sells. And they're at the top of the heap. They got it all. Society in general wants to save the blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. For them a room in their home, they'll pay for rehab. But the black girl, no matter how intelligent or attractive she is, they wish her good luck. And the male, particularly a black male, is even one step lower than that. It's just the way it is, and the data proves this. The younger, attractive women get 10 times the views as the older, worn women under the exact same circumstances, working the streets and drug addicted. Let me tell you, and you know this already, youth sells, and so do looks, no matter what your predicament in life is. Yeah, that's the way it is. Just look at this. Just go and look at the videos that I uploaded lately. The last batch. And look at the white girl videos, cute white girl videos, and compare them to anything else. And God forbid that you compare them to an airplane video of a freighter. So, this is consistent. This is going to be this way till the day I die. The numbers and the ratios that you see on the last group of uploads are going to be consistent until the day you die as well. The cute white girls are what sell. Yeah, it sucks. Really does. If you're old, drug addicted, black, and unattractive, you're not going to get any views. Hey, Red Raider. I mean, it's great in the sense it's just like Google in their digital advertising. They garner all the information. They keep track of everything you search, everything you buy. They know your buying habits. They get all your data from you. They strip the identifying ID, like your name, date of birth, and address, and then they sell it to advertisers. That's why if you're looking to buy a new widget, and you get up the next morning, all of a sudden you got an advertisement for widgets that are on sale. I mean, that's the way it is. All this stuff is very predictable. Actuaries do it in insurance companies. Algorithms figure everything out now. You can take the human element out of it and strictly crunch the numbers by using a mathematical scale, and you're going to know in a millisecond what people say they like is much different than what they really like. And you just pay attention to the numbers of the views. People see the thumbnail for an overweight woman that's drug addicted. They don't click on that. I'm not saying they never do, but they don't click on it at the rate of a good-looking, young, attractive, drug-addicted white woman with blue eyes and blonde hair. That's the truth of the matter. Yeah, Zuckerberg, and now it's the Google guys. They doing it. They do. You know, I mentioned this before. There's a guy that sold a dating site. I keep wanting to say it. I always think something kiddie, but if you said the name, I'd remember it. Anyway, long story short, a perfect example was, it was a dating site, and it was basically anything you wanted, bisexual, gay, whatever. And there were people on there that would identify themselves as bisexual, but when they took their data, they never searched the opposite sex when looking for dating. Why would you call yourself a bisexual and only search men or women, not both? So it was another example of, I don't know why someone would say that if it wasn't true, but it was interesting, and that data was much like Google's and YouTube's with regard to painting a perfectly identifiable picture of what it is people really like. Hey, Lisa. I mean, I wish Google would take their algorithms and they could just automatically weed out these troublemakers that I get and these weirdos that stalk me. They could if they wanted to. But if it's a numbers game as far as Google or YouTube's concerned, the more the merrier, whether it's bad or good for me. That's not their part of the equation when they're on the top of the pyramid. Yep, bots too. That's right. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I mean, the good news is that when you make a complaint to YouTube, that they probably already know the answer to your question before they get it. If I let them know, hey, this kook is constantly writing harassing emails, making threatening comments, telling lies on videos, all they need is my approval that I think that these people are out there as well, and they'll do something about it. I think they keep track of it. They don't do anything about it until they get a formal complaint. Yeah, I don't. As I've said before, I don't really 100% trust Daisy. No, that's true. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I don't know how you're going to combat terrorism if you don't give a little bit on personal information. They can look at all my stuff. I don't care. They can read my emails and check my bank accounts and see what I own, what I've sold, and who I talk to. I don't have anything to hide. And I don't know how you're going to keep from letting these terrorists get the upper hand if the government can't randomly search and look and see what people are doing. I mean, the old days of these privacy rights over, keeping it a secret that you bought a 28-inch dildo last night. It's not the concern. It's a different concern now. I mean, yeah, I think YouTube likes controversy, creates more attention. I mean, there's an argument out there on YouTube channels that you're better off not moderating anything because it creates arguments, and arguments create numbers, and numbers create plenty of views, and blah blah blah. If you're going to try and moderate or curtail a certain type of format, it's going to cut down on the numbers. Simple as that. Yeah, I don't really care. I mean, my personal opinion, I don't care. I don't care what the government checks into a mine. I don't care. If you're not making bombs or doing crazy shit, what do you care? It's not like they're garnering whatever information they can from you and telling your neighbor about it. I mean, it's in the best interest of the national security. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, that's true, Mark. You're right. Yeah, Greg, they probably do. Yeah. Yeah, they can come to my door. I don't care. Well, that's the way it is. I mean, if you look at the terms of agreement, you're signing up for that when you get a Gmail account. I mean, if you don't like it, get some rogue server that is constantly breaking down. I mean, my own personal opinion is if I don't have anything to hide, they can look into all my stuff. I don't give two shits. I mean, a lot of these people flatter themselves like their information is, something really valuable and should be a giant secret, when really, who gives a shit? You got to be flattered that someone cares enough to look into it. My phone's down to about 15%. I got a new battery pack, but I got to get another USB mail-to-mail to charge it. So I won't be having these problems any day now. I just ordered a cable through Amazon last night. Yeah, Anchor. Yeah, you're right. Oh, thanks, Chelsea. Yeah, probably, Greg. Superwoman, fire away on some of these if you want to.